Hello, my loves. How is everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome to sahuaritacasita. Here it is dusk, and we are coming down on the full, beautiful 3-day weekend with 17 of us. So grateful, teachers and designers and owners and business, and all spreading the fabulous, fabulous beady love to everyone in the Great Bead Extravaganza. I'm Brenda Schweder. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited to be here, and I want to, before I forget this, to let you know Sarah Sibismahanis is underneath here. Sarah, I just put you underneath. So when you see Sarah's name, Sarah is the assistant with the mostest. If you guys follow me on any of my Facebook broadcasts that I've been doing for 4.5 years, Sarah's been with me pretty much that whole time and has always been the assistant with the mostest, and she's back tonight. We're not in the same state anymore, but here we are, and we're just enjoying and loving on you guys. So if I don't see something, just kind of like tag Sarah. She'll be watching too. She'll be watching a couple different places and moderating for you guys. So we're just so excited. Again, this is the Great Bead Extravaganza. I keep looking down because it's such a long title. I don't want to mess it up, and I've got it taped to my my phone stand here. So that is, and I can see some of your comments here. Let me start loading them. But we are here for 90 whole minutes together, you guys, and you know me that I can fill that up like nothing else. So welcome, welcome. Look at everyone coming on in now. So good to see this. Sarah is here. Yes, she is. And Janine, Teresa, Shailene, Kim Marie, Donna. If I'm saying people said Lynn, Ruth is here. Hello. I've got some of my faves, favorite fans from my own little groups here. Kathy Sargent, Tracy, Spidey is here. Pam, you're back. It's nice to see you. Michelle, oh my gosh. So many wonderful new friends and old friends coming on. How exciting is this? Hello, Heather Powers. And I know I've got some people who already have Now That's a Hammer, but we're going to get into that in a minute. First things first, I want to just tell you, where are all these notes that I've got? You should see this place. It's like Note Central. I just want to kind of go over who's all been here. Friday, we had Andrew Thornton on. If you guys have, I know that you guys have been having trouble finding potty breaks and time to, I hope your husbands or your significant others have been feeding you food as you've been watching all this, and we are so grateful. Heather Powers of Humble Beads, Tracy Proctor of Tiara Cast, Kay Goss and Star Beads and Class, Terry Vizina of Goody Beads, who I have yet to meet, and I can't wait to meet her in person. Kayla Brown-Woletsky of Dakota Stones. That was all on Thursday. Saturday we had lovely Candy Cooper, Neelay Patel of Solar Silk, whom one day I will marry. Kate Richburg, the Kate Richburg. Jill McKay joined us. Christy Friesen. I have a little piece here on by Christy Friesen. She sent me some lovely flotsam from Hawaii, and we just saw it. Jamie on in just a little bit, so I'm taking it over from her. And Kelly Sutton of Kelly's Bead Boutique up in Kenyatta. We say all of our ends with tildes here in Arizona. I can't get around it. Anyway, so that was Saturday, and today Abby and Alex were on with the Bead Place, Sarah Ayler, Soft Flex Company. Such good friends. Cynthia Thornton of Green Girl Studios, along with Azalea. I want to send Azalea some special love. She's working with me on another collaborative project, and she's making me 2 dolls. So I'm so happy about that. And of course, Jamie and Jason Yoshida of the Bead Gallery in Hawaii. So much fun. I'm so pleased to be the last presenter. Oh, you didn't recognize my name. And Neelay is here. Hello, my love. I got a little thing going out for you tomorrow, Neelay, because you're the bestest. So, as I said, I've got notes here. If I'm not looking quite at you, I'm just trying to keep everything on track. Following Jamie, who's got like the energy of an Energizer bunny, is going to, it's going to keep me on my toes. So, and after this, okay, so I got so many things that I want to tell you about. So we did that. I want to tell you about, if you have not registered, Sarah's going to put the link to register for, if you have not yet registered, if you're just catching this and you know you haven't been kind of tuned in all weekend or you forgot, make sure you register for the $3,000 prize. When there's so many, we had to break them into 3, which I was like, yes, because I've got 3 hammers, one in each of the grand prize winner pack bundles. So yes, Sarah's going to put that in there. What else? That giveaway, oh my gosh. And if you can't find it for some reason, go to the announcements and you will see that Softflex Company, Mr. Sarah or the lovely Kristen Fagan have put that link in there. Make sure you do it before the end. You got like 80 minutes now to do it. So, hey, Kathy Halverson, Tina Callan is here, Jennifer, Miranda, Miranda, Joanne, Vicky, and Terry, Claudia, oh my gosh, Julie Miller, hello, my love, and who else? Oh my gosh, just everyone's just flying on in here. This is, you guys, my lives are not this extremely energetic. So there we go. Sarah just put the grand prize link in. She is awesome, awesome blossom. So I'm going to do my lovely, how do I put this? Begging. Begging you to please spread the love, the jewelry love, and just so you know, sharing helps us to continue providing the crazy content you're crazy for. We as teachers and educators, we know that you love this this content. A lot of us do much of it for free and gratis, so it really helps us. Of course, we love doing it anyway, but it helps to have a little bit of remuneration as well somehow. So we would love you to share it as well. So I forgot to put this up. Let's take that down. And you're going to see me poking at you. My my little broadcast board is right here. So we got a lot of stuff going on right now. So I want to again thank Xuran Corporation. They are my sponsor for all of my live broadcasts. We love all of their tools. I'll be not using quite so many. They're plier and cutter manufacturer, but when I do, I will show you about that when we're going to be doing a little bit of cutting on some leather, some deerskin lacing later. So we will remind you them, spread some love to Xuran Corporation. And for those of you who've watched me before and you know that Xuran, I finally fixed the logo after 4.5 years. I learned so much. I had to up my game, man, just to be on here. And of course, the show is as well as sponsored by Now That's a Hammer, because that is me, and I'll get into that a little bit. And I also wanted to thank, here's where my technology, I just couldn't get, this is going to be really low key here. Hey, that looks better on. So Frets Corporation is again supplying and co-sponsoring, and I'll get to that. And of course, Halstead. There's always a workaround for everything, isn't there? I'm like, how do I do this? How do I do this? Let's print it out on a piece of paper, man. But I've been just like, since this afternoon, I've just been like, okay, what else can I do here? So yeah, so please know that I'll just get into this right away. These lovely hammers are the brainchild. So you might know that I have a brand called Now That's a Brand, and had a jig at one point that's now on sabbatical, in case any of you recognize me for that. It's been on extended sabbatical, but we have, right now we're featuring these gorgeous, gorgeous Frets hammers. It is a co-brand, which means that it's a partnership, basically. It's a fancy word for partnership between myself and William Fretz and Jordan Fretz, if you ever meet them. They are lovely, lovely people. And this is kind of what they look like. Let me get rid of that so you can see that underneath. And we're going to be doing a little bit of sampling so you can see what is going on. Fancy Vanna action, exactly. And if Sarah were here, she would be even double vannaing. Vannaing is now a verb. So you can kind of see, and I'll show you a little bit more about these, but just sort of seeing them, the hammers at a glance. They have, there's 3 of them. So the number 1, number 2, and number 3. These hammers, it's so great to be at bead shows. Not that we can do that right now, you guys, but I met Bill Fretz, was next to me at Bead and Button for 2-3 years, and I just fell in love with, of course, his product, and Bill is such a sweetie. And I said, hey, I found this fabulous hammer. It was a little smaller than these. And I said, you know, every time I do a live, people want this hammer. And it looked kind of like the top one. So cute and sweet. And I know, Tina, isn't that great? So like people buy them and they're like, they just want to display them. But I don't want you guys to think you can't use them. You must use them. But so anyway, so number 1 is riveting hammer. You can see that. There's just so much going on with these hammers. They're called hammer stakes, actually. There's 2 bits on each hammer head, and then each bottom has its own stake. So we have the riveting hammer, and then there's a crosspein hammer. I'll explain that a little bit later on the top of number 1. Number 2 is a double crosspein, and there's just different angles. One is more sharper, you can see at the top, and one is a little more rounded at the bottom. The third one is my fave. It's the double ballpein hammer. Okay, so there's just 2 different little ball peens, different sizes. And if you guys have these hammers, you know that I just love. My favorite end is that little tiny ball peen, which you can see on the top of the 3rd hammer going down. These stakes, we're going to focus today. Hi, Lena. On the top ends, we're going to work at the top end. I always say that the hammers are a little bit like a mullet. They're business on the top and more business on the bottom, but you do get a kind of a double galore there, whatever that is. I just made that word up. So you can see on number 1 on the other end is a mushroom stake, and then on the second 2 are different low domes. I call it low and lower because I'm not Bill and I don't know all about that, but what they're called. I tried to do a little bit more research today, but ran out of time. Anyway, so those are the Fabuloso hammers. Before I get, let's see here, too far, we have another giveaway, you guys. In addition to the 3 hammers that are going to be in the 1, 2, 3 of the main giveaway prizes, someone is going to get 3, count them, 3 of Now That's a Hammers. And aren't I just fancy? So this will come your way if you win. How do you enter? Well, Miss Sarah is going to be so busy answering your questions and things. So you need to pick a number, all of you guys, sometime. You have to be present to win. So hopefully you can stay with me the whole time. Pick a number between 1 and 200 and get them going in the comments there. And Sarah is just going to be like all kinds, and then we're going to be using like a randomizer kind of a thing to pick that number, and we will get your address and send it off to you in tomorrow's mail. So yeah, wow, I know. I was thinking that's kind of special because this is kind of special. All of us teachers and designers and business owners have been saying, this is so cool. We feel like we've been together. We have sort of this group chat going on and just kind of supporting each other and just saying hi. And it's kind of like being at a bead show as much as we can right now, right? Desperate times call for desperate measures. Hey Barb, hey Rose, hi Emily and Pat, Debbie Rogers. How is my sweet Debbie Rogers? I love you, honey. Marilyn is here. Who else? Donna Higgins, Denise, Lori B. McKay. Oh my goodness. I love, love, love all these new names. Also, before I forget, I'm just trying to like get as much packed in here as possible. I'm a blogger too. So I have this weekdaily blog. It's a little tidbit of whatever I call it. It's the little tidbit of fun. Who knows, you know, what I come up with to put in there. Sarah will put in the comments how to register for the blog. It comes through your email. It's an e-blog. So we'd love to have you come and join us and look for that. A little bit of Brenda and whatever else I'm talking about. Hi, Mary Owsley. Miss Mary, how's the sunrise tonight? Mary lives as a good friend, super duper friend who lives on the other side of Green Valley. I'm in Sahuarita, and she gets the best sunrises. So I just have a beautiful view of the mine. Someday maybe I'll have a view of the sunrise. Anyway, Miss Mary, thank you for being here. I love you. So I kind of wanted to tell you too, what else? Oh my God. So much to say. And this is what Bill did for us. He is such a sweetheart. If you have not seen this yet, please do take advantage of this. 10% off through, not even today, through 11/12. And I'll remind you about this in the e-blog. There's all the good news, all the immediate and secret special news is in the e-blog. But make sure you go to fretsdesign.com. Sarah will also put that link in there. It's directly to Now That's a Hammers instead of having to wade through all of, Bill has like, I don't know, probably like 300 items on his shop between his Maker Series and his beautiful Frets hammers. I'm so lucky to have co-branded with Bill. It's just beautiful, gorgeous, so high quality hammers that if you're interested at all and you think you might not win, remember you have to be present to win, to grab that 10% off before the 10th, 12th. This is like when I say 3, you'll get to know me. 3 prizes. It's just, I don't know, that's a little glitch. Also, let me see, can I get rid of this one? Here's all this new stuff going on. Let me put this one up. If you would love, my URL is down right now. I've got to get my butt going on that. But you know, we're all juggling. This is my juggling. I'm very good at it. Air juggling. Probably the best place to find out what I'm doing is on my Instagram page, and that is at brendaschwederjewelry. I love my Instagram page because it's so pretty. And if you know me from metals, you know that, okay, so what's Brenda done? She has, oh my God, I've been published in magazines probably over 200 times. I've written 4 books. I've been on Beads, Baubles, and Jewels with Katie Hacker. I've been on Craftsy, which was Blueprint. Now it's Craftsy again. Teaching. So, you guys, there's so much to do, but my love, so it's sort of my side gig, right? Side hustle is to do these are some of the, let's get rid of that. Some of the things that I've been doing lately. These guys are my mop head series. Aren't they fun? These are just goofy pieces. These will all be like huge wearable pieces. A lot, you can see that, you'd be like, oh my God, who would wear that? My mother said that this morning. God bless Janet Mines. But here's a belt buckle that I got as finalist and was in an exhibition for belt buckles. Oh, good, Sarah, thank you. If we have duplicates of the winning number, we'll do a randomizer between those people. Yeah. And is there a coupon code or will it automatic until it's automatic? It's hard lined in there. Thanks, Donna. Thanks so much. And if I'm not answering something, just put it in there again and hopefully we'll figure it out. Sarah and I are trying to figure this out, but it's hard to do everything at one time. And this is the first time Sarah's moderating for us. So, so anyway, so this was a belt buckle. It's called Bumblebee. What is it called? Oh my gosh, no, it's called Vegas Baby and Bumblebee Spectacular. This is like a Vegas show, you guys, in my head, right? And then this is a piece that just got into Hoya, Barcelona. It's a Arte Hoya. It's a Barcelonan or a Spanish art jewelry yearbook that comes out every year. And thank you if you were one of the people that voted for me. That was part of what got me into the top 10. Thank you for the popular vote, and I'm just thrilled about that. I've also been in Athens Jewelry Week, and these are some of the fun little things that I've been doing lately. I just did with I have this group called my Maker's Circle. If you guys are ever interested, message me. We have a small group, but we're planning to grow it of jewelry support, just support for each other. And I have a big principle of daily practice, which is, if you're not familiar, Eric Mazel's book, The Power of Daily Practice, just came out. And this was part of what came out of that. And I challenged the people, the gals in the group, the artists in the group, and said, hey guys, I think we can make a piece a day. And so we had this 30-day challenge. Which I almost did. I got to like day 26, and I have finished all 30, but then we had a little bit of a family emergency that called me away from that. But you can see all kinds of found objects that I just do, and I'm just loving Irish wax linen lately, so that's going into everything imaginable. So that's just a little bit about me and my art jewelry. You can see here that I have a lot of steel wire jewelry on. And Sarah would also put up, she's busy, she's got frisky fingers tonight, I'm keeping her busy. I know, Nicole, my pieces they're really narrative, a lot of them are storytelling. They can't help but be when you put two things together, like a bee and a baby. And so they just sort of have a whimsical playfulness about them, and it's kind of like me, I'm kind of whimsical and playful. Anyway, so where was I going with that? Sarah was going to put in, oh my gosh, I'll get back to it. See, this is me. Bloop, 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 bloop. Did you, Chris? Thank you so much. And Chris, peace out. Chris, what is your real last name? Maybe your name is Peace. But anyway, so Chris participated with me, and this is another Facebook group that you can go to. It's open to everyone, and you can join in at any time. I'm probably going to resurrect that because it was probably the most productive I have been. Just getting in here and just making a quick piece, and I had to, the parameters were I had to finish it that day. So if I only had half an hour to make that day, which I need to be and I want to be, that's my practice, is to be in my studio for at least 2 hours making. Not marketing, not social marketing, not anything else, making. Thank you for all the numbers, guys. Anyway, so I just like spit out a bunch of these pieces, and it was so much fun. I just had a blast with it. So I'm looking here, what am I forgetting? My giveaway, I got that. How about show you about some of the things that you can make with these fabulous hammers. Again, today we're just going to focus on the top business head of these hammers. This is the number one, and just show you what you can do with them. The last time I was at, right before COVID hit, we had our Tucson Gem Show here, and I'm in Sahuaritas, so Tucson is just like 20 minutes up the road. So I had these pieces and we had all kinds of different pieces at, here we go, just show them, Brenda, instead of talking about it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. You can kind of see, whoa, a little bit less, Brenda. Here's my lovely hand. Okay, so you can see some of these pieces were just different pine. These are all like vintage blanks that I did. And I just wanted to show people like what different things you can do with these hammers, right? This is our Aurora Borealis cuff set that we're gonna make in the tutorial today. And I am keeping track of the time. See, we've been going live for 27 minutes already. So we'll be doing these today. I kind of wanted to tempt you, but you can kind of see, and I'm going to be showing you too, if I can put this up in here. It's always kind of like here, let's do this, turn this around. So this is kind of like what the stippling of the smaller end is. You can see that kind of, let me see if I can get it down a little bit further. I want to try to get there we go, if I can catch the light. So that was that, and you can kind of see that you can also form a little bit by it, just by, just putting all that pressure down, and then doing some liver of sulfur. We'll also be doing that later on. Here are some of the crosspeins, and I did these mismatched just on purpose. Why do I want to put them upside down? So here's the same crosspein hammer. This is the number 2 hammer, right? And just by going like either one way or the other, you're going to get different effects on the same leaf. So you can kind of just see what is possible with these hammers too. By the way, they are beautifully made, as are all Frets products, and made in Vietnam, and brought over here. So again, these are all vintage blanks, and you're going to see these a little bit later too. These are Dakota stones. Sarah, if you can put up that big hole bead from Dakota stones, that link in here, you guys are going to see a whole bunch of links. And so this is another way of just sort of striating that blank behind. And blanks are just an easy way. Of course, those of you who are metalsmiths, you may be watching. You can see and you know what to do with this, but for some of us who are a little bit younger or a little bit more hobbyists, or just kind of want some of that hard work taken out, can start with these blanks, and they're just gorgeous. So these are all like, they're natural brass blanks, and this one is just by doing each petal, you're sort of just forming that little bit of a cuppy petal and making it a little bit more of a petal shape, sort of that cuppy shape. Thank you, Kimberly. I had you at Aurora Borealis. Well, I don't know if you caught that, Nicole, but I did put the Aurora Borealis upside down in the picture, so I was hoping everyone would kind of get it, but I know you guys love us anyway. So this is a fun, and this is just because I just have love for all of my friends. So this is a ring blank. And this was also like one of these cool blanks. You could see I just had a little injury as I was getting ready. So it reminds me of a cigar band, doesn't it? And this was just sort of like this signet ring, and I just kind of just did this radial texturing with this. But then on a little bit of a, I don't want to say a slower time at the show I was at, I was like, hey, here's the same blank, and oh, come on, Brenda. Here we go. There we go. Thank you. What if we take and we make this into a cuff, into a cuff here, and then just continue on with these lace. And I just absolutely love these gorgeous, I mean, we love our gemstones, but Dakota stones is like one of our very, very, very favorites. So I wanted to show you those first. Remember too, Sarah will also put the link to Lipstick Ranch, and that's where I get this deerskin lacing. This that I usually use here, and I'll be showing you, we'll use it in this little piece right here in this little tiny application, because why not sew something on with a little bit of leather, right? In so many colors, and they're so saturated and so beautiful, and it's just so, so, so soft. Kara is just a wonderful, wonderful person, and their product is just gorgeous. So do check out Kara too. And again, the link is for the espresso color, which is a dark, dark brown. And that link Sarah will put up as well. This one is my fave because it uses quite a few, well, both, probably all three hammers. But isn't this a fun? This link starts out like this, you guys. So it's like a leaf, but to me it looks like a feather. And so what I did was I bent this guy back, even though it had a little bit of a drill mark there. You can use that, of course. But I really wanted, did I do that? Not on this one. In another piece, which, did I load that one up? No, I didn't. I actually bent this back and made a bail out of it. So let's see here. Yeah. So you can kind of see what I did was I kind of like bent the whole top part back and then made a bail. And just because you just sometimes just want that connection to go invisible, right? At least I do sometimes. So this one I love. By the way, I love this piece because this is a little bit of a collaboration with, I'm not gonna, Marty Brown. There I go. I thought I was gonna space it. My brain came through for me, and she does these beautiful pieces like this. This is a corrugated piece, and so we did a little bit of a make and take collaboration. I'm so glad you're loving it, Tina. This is so great. I know, Jeanine, isn't it great? And I didn't really expect to be showing you so much vintage. I know you guys were commenting the first day because the first two presenters, Andrew and then Heather, were working with vintage. We just love using their stuff because it's so easy, and it really is a truly wonderful resource for those of us, especially for me, to show off the hammers and what they can do. And ready-made, you know. So anyway, so what I did was, you can kind of see it's a little bit domed here, right? And so I went at the middle with both of the ballpein parts. And then on the end, the edges, I wanted this to be more feathery, right? And so I just went all around this edge here with the crosspein, and then just came perpendicular to the edge. Yeah, that is right, perpendicular. And just did this kind of thing. And then of course we patina, and that brings out the and antiques the you know, the modeling dents in the piece. Thank you, Sarah, you're doing great. Thank you so much. So so yeah, so those are some of the pieces that I had. I just wanted to share because I was like, you know what, you guys, why not just show you what's already been done? And this is what we're going to be doing. We're not going to be making the whole set. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today, but you can see, so I'll be making this one basically. This is the middle piece. This is the sort of, well, I don't know how you wear your bangles, but to me, I would put it in the middle. That's probably the only thing that I do that's symmetrical in my whole life. But it's Aurora Borealis because of these kind of cross-hatching things. You know how the sky gets those sort of like just streaming down lights so beautifully. And then this just reminded me of the desert sand, and then sort of a horizon in here with the crosspein hammer. So we'll be moving into that shortly. And then this one is just, you know, just going back and forth. I think this was with the bigger crosspein, and then this was the smaller. And of course, you know, this is for those of you guys who love organic, working organically, you will love these hammers because they are fabulous. I just love them. Even if you only wanted to get one hammer, my go-to, if you only had to get one, if you only want to get one, you're budget conscious, or, you know, get one and then maybe you get the other two for Christmas or Thanksgiving. Then I would get the number one, which is the riveting hammer. Alrighty. Oh, thanks, Lynn. I'm trying to be thorough. It's not one of my, it's not one of my things, you know. I can do a lot of different things, but thoroughness is not my forte. Ask my mother or my husband, who sometimes gang up on me. Are you watching, Janet? Sometimes if I'm having, because we're in Sahuarita, and for some reason, the cable, internet, whatever, stops at like 500 yards from our driveway. So I had to have this, like, I feel like the Beverly Hillbillies of the internet, because I have this like directional antenna coming up from my casita. It's not sympathetic, I will tell you that. It's definitely an eyesore, but we have to be able to talk, right? So I'm just like, Jim's like pointing in at the closest tower, and anyway, so sometimes it's just not working or whatever, and so I have to go to Mom's in Green Valley, and so sometimes if I'm there, we have the Janet and Brenda show, which is always hilarious because Janet is hilarious. She'll hear me saying something, she's like, oh, Brenda. Oh, she'll say, really? Sarah, oh, Mom is watching. Hello, Mama. Was not so bad, was it? I'm gonna be so much trouble. Can I still come over? We're having a pajama party tonight. Me and Mom and Lefty the dog and Georgia Houdini the cat, who was warming up to me. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you, Sarah. Boy, Sarah, man, we're going to have to do this all the time. This is just working so well. And I can't believe this. I really can't. Something's going to go wrong. I don't know. Something's going to fall off the... Okay, nope. We're going to have a great time together. And have I told you guys how much I appreciate you being here? I mean, I was like, I am that 17th person. You guys, I just hope to God that I'm entertaining enough for you. Anyway, so what should we do now? So I said, okay, show texturing. I'm going to do forming later. We talked about the sale. Just in case, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. Remember, the hammers are on sale now through the 12th. You guys, I know that there's 50 sets in there. So if you want a set, you might not want to wait until the 12th, because I have a feeling they are going to go flying out the door. So anyway, so let's move on into the actual tutorial. Well, first we're not gonna do that. I want to show you a little bit more about the texturing part, because I want you to see it directly, right? By the way, if you are interested, so now, no, never mind. Doing this out of order. I told you I'm not always the best at keeping things in line. I'm gonna do it. Okay. So anyway, so let's go on down. I want to show you, and you guys, Sarah's also going to put in the comments, I have an affiliate link with Micro Tools. Love them. They carry so many things. They even carry Parawire, which is my fave wire. You can, if you would please use my affiliate link. If you're buying anything that you see or think that you might need to do this hammering, stuff like that, including this bench block. Okay, so let's go on down. And I'm just going to show you. I'm moving the anvil in place now. So anything that you see on Micro Tools link, if you use my my code, so you all know up front, that's part of how I'm gonna be able to make any money doing this, is just by getting credit for what I help sell on his link. And right now you have to go to Frets to get, I'm just kind of this like, I want to do more of my found object work, so I kind of just like my own fulfillment, like I don't have, I'm not fulfilling my own hammers right now. I'm leaving that to Frets. And so Micro Tools said they were gonna pick them up again. So you'll have 2 places. And also, this is big news for me, Auto Fry is just got some too. So if you can't find them for sale at Frets and you really, really want them, go, because I know that Auto Fry has a few sets too. They're trying them out. So if you guys sell them out really well, that'll help me too. If you can't get them for the sale price, I don't know. Maybe Auto Fry has a sale as well. So let's go on down, and I just want to kind of play together. Let's get rid of this right now because we kind of been there, done that. We'll put this here, guys, right? And no more room at the end, man. There is just. I have this little table. So I sent Sarah this picture of my setup here. You guys would not believe it. It's just crazy. So I've kind of got this high-low thing going on here. If you don't have an anvil, you know, this one I don't even know if this is available. I got this at Harbor Freight, you guys, but I think that all their anvils are pretty much depleted. And you can see I'm not a really high-polished girl here. I work in steel, so this anvil is, hi Terry McCarthy. Do you prefer hard rubber or metal for bench block? Oh, definitely metal. If you're doing metal, you need something metal on underneath. Thanks, that was a good question. Thank you, Sarah. Your studio behind so organized. Oh, Lynn. Lynn. I have been working on this, so I wasn't going to embarrass myself for about a week now. Thank you, though. Thank you for noticing. All right, so let's do a little bit of trying here. We're about halfway through the broadcast already. Can you believe this? Oh my goodness. So this is our number 1. In case you guys see, whoop, let's flip it over here. If you don't remember which one is number 1 or 2, number what? This is the number 1. It's the number 1 because it's my number 1. Kidding. So we call this a riveting hammer because that's the closest bit. It's a tiny bit of a chasing edge to it, which just means it's kind of like curved up here. But I love these hammers. Isn't this great? And we just have this wonderfully painted. Now, if you're going to use this, you're probably going to get some chipping or whatever. This is painted. You know, it's steel. It's a tool. I know they're beautiful, but don't be afraid. So frets. Now that's a hammer. Frets. So anyway, so we have on the other end of this one, we have another whole crosspein. And that's important because I want to show you before we get into the second one. Like, look at this. So we have 3 different crosspein angles, right? We have this one that's really, really sharp. Then we have this one that's medium sharp, and they're all going to give a little bit different indentation. And then this one, that's the more rounded of them. So let's just kind of take a look. Obviously, we know that this one's going to flatten things, right? And we're going to use that to flatten and to flatten and to move and to do some forming later on in another broadcast. Yes. Hi, Donna. Donna. Hello, my love. And hi to Paula. Thank you, guys. Oh, Donna Hirsch is here. Hello. Hello, JD Speed. Amanda Krause. Oh, my gosh. Jennifer. Debbie Rogers, what do you say? Saw someone on my Facebook Marketplace selling, but that is a beautiful hammer. Calling a beautiful hammer. Yes. Oh, yes. Thanks. Sarah's on it already. She's even finishing my sentences before, which is, you know what, Sarah, what I say about Sarah is that, and she still is the other part of my brain. Okay, so we're just gonna get on. Remember, this is the number 1. So this is that medium angle here. Okay, so we're just gonna see what is this one gonna do. Again, these are vintage blanks. So we're just gonna go. And you guys, I should probably go out here. Hold on a second. I just want to do a tiny bit on ergonomics of hammering. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to hammer like this. This is what I call the caveman or cavewoman hammering technique. Don't want to do that. It's too hard on your body, right? You want to make sure, see how See how the movement, and I'm really using the momentum of the hammer to make this. And believe me, you might be like, some people like chop, what's the baseball term? Sarah would know this because all of her brothers play choke up on your bat. I don't want you to choke up on your bat. Believe me, even though this is look at this hammer. It's pretty large, but it's beautifully weighted. And this is where you're going to get, believe me, your hammer is going to come down where your eye is looking at it coming down, okay? And see how my wrist is well, not for this, but it's aligned with my arm, all the motion. And then that power really comes from the momentum of the hammer. Harder, softer, lighter. But I'm not gripping it. And I'm not doing this, guys, okay? Try not to do this. Because you've got all this energy right up in here. I think you might think that you're being a little bit more directional with it, but this is not good for your body. So be kind to your body. I can just see my mom right now. She's probably just going, oh boy. Janet, behave. Okay. So I'm going to wake up anyone in your house, you guys. Let's actually go in a little bit further on that, because I really want you to see what's going on with this. And then we can always come out, right? So can you see even what's going on already here? I'm just going to try to get the light. And I'm just going to hold it here. If you guys are afraid of hitting your finger, you can also just take a plier, here, actually, here's a good excuse to use our Xuron pliers. And this happens to be the 450BN, which is a bent nose on the Xuron line. Love, love, love my bent nose. And if you're a little bit, it's actually just a good habit to get into. And what's going to happen, you guys, is that you can see that it's curling. So sometimes you'll want to use that to your advantage, and sometimes maybe not. Most of the texturing I'm going to do, I'm going to do to one side. Otherwise, it's sort of just like, sort of nullifies what you've done. So I'm not going to do a whole lot, but you can kind of see, It's so hard to figure out where this camera is. It's just, I know where it is, but I'm looking in a mirror, basically here, so, which is cool. I work with Switcher Studios, and so it's not like going on Facebook where you're seeing everything backwards, but it's still, and then it's like having to figure that out. Okay, so, right, so there's my one thing, but I say, okay, so for this one I want it flat, right, because I'm showing you samples. So I'm just taking my riveting end, and I'm coming back like that. So let's keep this in mind. We're just going to keep this one kind of over here. You know what? It's going to go flying off. So I'm just going to keep it down here, and then we're going to kind of show the difference. So let's go to the number 2 hammer right here, and let's just start with, what do you think? So this one is the most angled here. Whoops, this one is the most angled here. You can see that angle here. It's more acute. Boy, I had a math term in there. Don't tell anyone. And this one is the more rounded. So, Marianne Siegel, I love you. Of course they are, right? They are very sexy. You know who said that first, Mary-Ellen? Is Andy Cooperman. If you guys don't know Andy, check out his work. He is a fabulous, fabulous teacher and metalsmith. That's what he said. It's like, okay, I'll take it. So we're going to do the most acute one now, and then I'm going to line them up and see. We're going to see how they differ, okay? So, getting the good habit, right? I'm going to hold this off the edge. And I'm trying to come down equally, right? You'll see the marks, and you can't do that all the time. But, because you might want to come down a little bit off on one side, just to get kind of a variation in your line. You know, you don't want them all the same size. So let's take our number 1 back again. Have this go flat. Okay. And let's just put it up next to, so this is the more, let's see what we got. Okay, so this is the more acute. You're getting harder, like skinnier lines, right? And then this one is the medium. Oh, I'm actually excited to see. Let's see what we can do with this one. So this is the more rounded. Okay. And here we go. So I love this, getting this in. This is so good. And you notice that I'm off the edge here so that I can be flat while I'm still holding it, and I get the most space, right, with whatever's going on. All right, so boom, boom. Here we go. There's a nice little tinkle to it, right? Our beady friends get so mad at us at trade shows because we have little demos, and you know, that can be, we have to be able to demo. All right, so I don't know how well you can see this, but this is our, you really can see a difference here, right? So this was the more acute. You can see those lines, right? And they're getting a little blurrier and a little blurrier yet here. So that is the number 1, and then these are the number 2s, right? The one end of the number 2, the more acute, and the more rounded here. So they're sharper. So that is kind of a fun little thing. I want to keep going here really quick because there's so much more I want to show you guys. And so let's just quickly show you the number 3 hammer and how that's going to texture. Your hammers are going to love, your neighbors are going to love you. I know, neighbors are not happy with hammering. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, there we go. So this is the longer end, right, or the bigger end. This is a beautiful ballpein, which is still smaller than some ballpein hammers that you would just get like at the hardware store. And then there's this cutie pie little guy, all nice and polished for us. So let's see what we're going to get with this guy here. So we're stippling, and this is all texturing, guys. So, you know, I am just like going just very small, but you can do this to whatever depth you want, you know. You can just keep going in, and I'm sure I would love to get these hammers in someone who does, was it David? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Huang, I think, Huang, is like this master of repoussé and forming of bowls and stuff. I just take like a, you know, it's like a round piece of metal and form it up into these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bowls. Okay, so just so you can see, so, you know, it's beautiful, some nice texturing. Wait till you see this. You like that look, huh? Your dogs will be barking nonstop. Oh, those sassinesses. Janet, is Lefty barking? Does he not like this? My mom's dog. So again, this is kind of the same as that more acute crosspein, right? Where you've got a more focus in one little place. You've got little tiny area that you're striking down, so you're going to get a more pronounced acute stipple. I have to say I'm pretty proud of myself. Most of my words are coming today. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So here we go. We have these two together, right? You can definitely see the difference, and you can use them together. You can use them, you know, apart. Is that the right side? Yeah. Okay. And just so, so that is how it goes. And so, you know, like I say, a lot of times I'm just doing the texturing on the one side, because if we put them over, and we start doing something on that side, then this side's going to end up looking like that too. And you're just, I mean, maybe you like that look, maybe you're doing something like really radical. But if you're just starting out and you want that whatever you're seeing as your texture, then you're going to really want to just do the one side and then flatten it back out with the riveting end of the, in the flattening end of the number one, the riveting hammer. So there we go. We have our little samples, and I am glad that we did that. It's even taught me something. I don't know that I've ever really quite done that like I just did. Your family's used to the creative noises, saws, and pounding. Yes, Lynn. I know, right? My kids would say, when both still lived at home with me and my studio was in the basement, what does mom sound like? Ting, 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 ting. We should be up anyway. It's Saturday at 8 a.m. My poor boys. Okay, so next what I want to do is I want to go into this tutorial for Aurora Borealis. This is this one. And let's see here. We are, oh my gosh, we only have like a half an hour left, so I got to book it. Because what I want to do is I want to show you this. Ooh, and I'm going to have to, as I didn't pre-drill this, I want to I'm going to be over there for a second. You'll hear the drill press coming down. So the other thing I was going to say is that, you know, if you don't have an anvil, you can work with a bench block, right? So if you don't have, whoa, do you get a little... So if you don't have this, and what I liked about this part, I really didn't need this for these guys, right? Know that this would have worked right on here in this bench block. If you have smaller pieces, if you're always working on smaller pieces, right? But here we go. Here is the Halstead pieces. If you're working with a piece, either this piece here, which is the thicker one, and these, Sarah will put these up. Here's the links straight to these. These are the beautiful, these are raw copper cuff blanks in copper, okay, just ready to be wrangled. So this one, I think this is like 3/8 of an inch, and I believe it's a 20 gauge. Don't quote me, it's going to be in the description. 20 or 18, so sorry. CB5264. But you can see, I'm working with this. I could definitely work this on my bench block, but I love that I have the whole thing right here on my anvil, you know. And this anvil is a little smaller. I have another bigger one that I got from my friend Katie. But this one's good right here, right? So, yep, guys, don't forget, get your, we're having, just giving away 3 hammers right on the, during the show here at the end of the show. So get your number in. And Sarah, I don't know how she's doing it all, but she is keeping track of all the numbers. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to show you that because this one is like, what, 3/8 of an inch, almost a half an inch. And then this one is really like so sweet. It's like a 1/4 of an inch down here. And this is the CCN 1825. I think these come in quantities, is it 3? See, the wider ones, they come in per each, right? But I believe these other ones come in sets of either 3 or 6 or something like that. So anyway, so this is what we're going to be dealing with today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sharpie, and because we need to, here's the inside, right? We need to sew this on. Basically, we're just knotting this lovely large hole bead from Dakota Stones right on here, okay? Not a whole lot of technical expertise in knotting, but I want to be able to sort of do this now while I'm thinking about it, and I'm just kind of eyeing this up, and I'm going to do this and this right here, okay? And I didn't want to, you'll just hear the drill going. Let's see, you can just look at my lovely studio. It's just clean for a while. That display case there has to be cleaned. But I'm going to go over and you're going to hear me using the drill press. Here's another thing, high-low. You can use like one of those plier hole punching things. This is already annealed as long as you know you have the gauge in mind, right? Or the high is to use the drill press. And mine's right over there. This is my daddy's. Mwah. Thanks, Dad. And yeah, so that's the high spot. I'll be right back, okay? Make sure to use your good eye protection when you're doing it. Hold on. Oh, before I show you that, I'm going to show you this. So I'm going to always use this punch, right? Because that's going to get me started. Here's another thing you can probably find at Micro Tools, and Sarah's just continuing to put that link up there so that I've got a little divot, and that will make my drill press, my drill, not skid off and mar my leather, my metal, my leather. Okay, hold on. Here I go, putting my protective eye gear on. You know what I like about this is, here we go. What I like about this is, I learned this tip from Keith LeBou when I took a class from him. He's an American metalsmith living in Australia. Found objects, you know me, I love my found objects. Look at this beautiful, well, here, let me go top down. Look at this beautiful cut here. I mean, I can pretty much go over there without hurting myself. This side is not so much. So I go up a couple drill bits, you know, and I'm just gonna take, and here's where, you know, this is so high tech. And I'm just gonna use this and get some of those burrs off of there. And by going up a little, you know, like another, I don't know, 1/4 inch or so, you have to go up a couple, you know, like you can't just go to the next size in your drill, in your bit kit. Okay, so I need my glasses on, my craft optics. Oh, yeah, be careful you don't choose someone else's number. Pick another one. It's going to be hard to know. I'm sure Sarah's just like busy writing everything down there. Okay, so, and this, you got to get it in there. And try not to, it's easier if you kind of get down here. But basically, you're kind of forming this like camphor. I think that's what it's called, chamfer. And you're getting all those little bits off of there. You can also go at this with a needle nose pliers, oh my God, a needle file. So the reason I did this now is because I'm going to be hardening this by doing it, and I wanted to get by texturing it, and I wanted to get those holes in there before it was too hard, and I was just going to have a little bit more difficult time, right? So let's do the Borealis Aurora. And so basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using probably both of those crosspein ones, the number 2 hammer here. I'm going to be using both of the stippling ones to sort of get this desert sand idea here. And then I'm going to be going back and forth, sort of cross-hatching for this other thing. And I just think it's going to add some nice texture. I'm not going to go ahead and do this one because basically you kind of get what you're gonna get. But I also want to show you, look at, it does seem like it grows some, right? It doesn't really, it's the same width, but it just looks a little bit wider. I suppose it is really, you know, by maybe what, like a 32nd or 1/64th, math again, of an inch. But yeah, so that's what's going on. So let's go ahead and do that and kind of go back and forth here. So I'm picking up, and just, you know, you kind of just grab, your own ideas of what, and just practice. Just get some, you know, some softened metal, and go ahead and practice. So I'm just eyeing this up, you guys, and know that I'm gonna probably just go and make that center mark already here. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna come up like this, and it's also gonna come up like this. So it is a hammer giveaway, Kim. Get on in there. If you pick a number that is, well, I'm getting, my horizon is getting a little bit wide. If you pick a number that's already been picked, Sarah will let you know, or someone will let you know. But you have to be present to win. That's how I get you. That's how I make people listen to me. Okay, so you can kind of see almost that it's sort of like cupping a little bit. And that's just what it does. You're putting pressure all down that center line. And so what else does it have to do? It has to give somewhere, right? You know, it almost looks like ripples on a water. I'm in a real nature mood here. Okay. So now, as long as I've got, and I was using this one that's for the horizon, I was using this one with the more acute end. Now I'm going to switch to this rounded one to do that cross hatching, okay? So I'm just coming at it. Whoops. On a diagonal, right? Oh. Now, when you get these blanks, they're not really going to cut you, but you're doing some manipulation of the metal here. So we're going to do and continue to sort of do this sort of like feel test as we go, right? Because what's happening as well is that you can kind of see there's a slight bend here, right? Because you're moving the metal in a couple different ways. So now I'm going to switch back. Remember, we have that cross peen, the other cross peen on the other side of the number 1 here. And just so we can use all the hammers. I don't know, someone was asking me, I can't remember who on the group, which hammer do you use? Well, what fun would it be if we didn't use all of them? But of course you don't have to get all 3 now. Wow, this is interesting. What I'm getting here so is really more like dotty. It's almost like it's raining. So that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna take a little bit of time and just get this back because it's already curving. I'm not having a nice foundation to be able to do this and get the marks that I want. I like what I got. It's sort of like it's raining during Aurora Borealis. Is that possible, you weather people? Here. You know what? Let's do something fun. Sarah, I hope you can hear me. I know you can. Let's do a second giveaway, and we'll give this guy away. I'm feeling really like generous and lovey-dovey tonight. So let's give this one away to the person who, you can pick another number, my love, or have Nate pick another number. I think Nate is hopefully Sybil. Sarah has this gorgeous, she's probably one of the most beautiful babies I've ever seen in my whole life, including my own. You know how you love your own kids no matter what they look like, mostly. Anyway, so Sarah, pick another number and we'll give this this finish bracelet to another winner, just because we are just in a super happy mood. Okay, so I think let's go ahead and do this. I gotta step it up here because we don't want to go over time just because we're late for the finale. So this is like really kind of deep stippling. It's hard to see, and you are going to actually see more of it once we do the liver of sulfur treatment. I haven't been able to watch everyone's because I've just been like trying to get ready for my own thing here, but I don't know, has anyone else, you guys answer this, done a liver of sulfur? Patina? I think someone had talked about it, but I don't know if anyone showed it. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with all of my texturing. I've got everything kind of, oh wait, I didn't do the smaller one yet. Got to do the smaller one. I want things to be fairly, for this project at least, fairly consistent. But no, you know, you could even do something with kind of a gradation where you're doing some really, like a lot of. And you guys, if you feel like your arm is getting tired, you know that you're probably not doing something right with your hammer. So definitely loosen up on your shoulder and your elbow and let that momentum work for you. Okay, so again, I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to flatten it out. Whoa! Now, because we're going to be using our oval, oh, thank you. That's, well, we could use the same numbers, guys, too, if you want. Okay. Anyway, so let's see here. Talked about but not shown. Thank you so much, Debbie. I'm usually better at keeping track of the comments, but I'm so interested in just keeping my head down and getting you guys the most possible. But anyway, so even if you're just a little bit, you can even start with the hammer. And you can see just by how I'm like moving and kind of shaping that I'm already kind of like curving this up so that I can go around my oval mandrel. I have this stepped mandrel over here that we're going to get to. But you know what? Actually, let's go back down. I want to show you one thing. I am pretty thrilled with myself because when I did this the first time, I had some real kind of rippling going on. And I'm just going to check this on its side to see. And there is a little bit, there's a little bit of air that I can see right through here. So what I'm going to do, and this you'd also be able to get, this is a rawhide mallet, and this is something that is not going to damage your metal, but it's still going to move it, right? So I don't want to, every time you pound on metal, you're hardening it. So I want to keep this kind of consistent here, but I don't want to planish out this edge, right guys? So I'm just trying to keep this as close as I can, and that's pretty good, and keeping it straight, okay? So now is the point where you have just kind of lined it up, made sure that everything is on the straight and narrow, unless you want something more organic. Yeah, you guys, sorry, let's use the same numbers. I wasn't real clear about that, and you know me and being spontaneous. So, and I'm going to kind of come in and do the finger test. Now here's the high and low for this. I'm going to go up, well, I'm not going to do that. Needle files, also available at Micro Tools, right? I'm holding this really nice. I'm using this as an anchor, right? And you're only going to cut on the up or away motion. But what I learned from, and you saw me do this, right? Don't do that. I'm going to keep this like this. I'm cutting here, but there's something about the ergonomics of coming back down. In school, in metalsmithing school, they tell you you only cut on this way, but they're also, this is what Charles taught us in a class that you guys probably know. Charles Lutenbrain as the forefather of the inventor of fold forming, is that to me, and what he said is that this is more ergonomic here. You come back, otherwise you're going like this and starting over, and you're not really getting a fluid movement, even though your files, you might be saving your files. This is a Harbor Freight file. It's probably worth 80 cents. So what's more important, your movement and your efficiency, like this. See how much that's so much more fluid? I'm just gonna giving this a little bit of a, you know, a rounded edge. I'm gonna flip it over because I'm left-handed. Then starting over and finding that place again. Here you've got it. I'm kind of using that finger there. And I thought, oh my gosh, that makes so much more sense. But in schools, they want, you know, and they should be, want the files to be used so much more, and they have nicer files. But but Charles said that in industry, the time and efficiency is worth more than the tools. They can replace the tools. So I thought, wow, that's very interesting. And, you know, and they're also interested in keeping their workers safe. So and it just gives it a little bit more of a finished look, I think, you guys, to round these off a little bit more. So there we go. There's that filing, and I call that refining, okay? So we're just gonna go, let's see here, I'm gonna come over here, and what I did was I set up my, let's see, can I go there? Here it is. There's my corn chips. That's where they went. There's my little snack, you guys. You caught me. Okay, so this is the other part. So I just kind of like put this, can you see? I just kind of want to show you. So this is the high and low here. If you have something at home where you're just going to go and get a can out of your, you know, out of your pantry or something, this is a lot of the techniques that I taught in my third book, Steel Wire Jewelry. If you don't have a step mandrel like this, you can use other things. But this and this, all these tools are available at microtools.com. And again, let's put that link up again, Sarah. These are the beautiful copper blanks. They're just so well made and just so lovely, and just ready for us to put our own designs in. So all I'm doing, guys, is I'm going to do this because it's a little bit more ergonomic to work this way, is I'm just centering those two drill marks, and I'm just going to go and I'm working on the bottom one first, and I'm just going to go around here, okay? I'm going to grab that number 1 hammer. I'm going to do as much as I can with my fingers. Remember, this is getting hardened, but it's still fairly soft. And then I'm going to work my way up. I'm going to hold this here, and I'm going to flatten it. Again, this is like, I don't know what I was going to say. I just lost it. Instead of moving around, I'm going to move my and so what I'm doing is I'm working this incrementally. Instead of like going up here right away, which actually I'm going to end at this one. I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to kind of like tell the metal what I want it to do. I'm just going to kind of form it this way. I don't want to hurt myself, but I'm just going to go around here. Now, if you've got, you know, what I know that's happening here is I'm flattening out some of this texture. So if you want to switch to that rawhide mallet, you can definitely do that at this point too. Remember, this is something that's going to form. It's going to form, but it's not going to hurt your metal. And I'm sort of like going from the center out. And I'm consistently looking and seeing, keeping those drill marks, that center drill mark is also a fun way to keep that center, right? By the way, when we do the hammer stakes, you guys, what I'll do is line my vise with some leather, and that's how you secure, when we're doing the forming part of it, the stakes into a vise like this. And then you would actually be taking another hammer and using this end to form further. And that's the joy of hammer stakes. I mean, there's so much we can do with them all. And that was really Bill's idea. It was so cool. Looks, did you hear that beep? Someone's home. So I think we're gonna go here. And I'm trying to do this evenly. Oops, I was kind of trying to do this. Right? And here. Okay, I just, woo! I hammered with my right hand. That was pretty crazy. Now, here again, what we've got here is we've got some metal that's a little bit crazy. Okay, so again, we can take one of our fabulous flat nose. Here's a Xuron flat nose. I'm just going to be just a little bit careful here. I'm going to keep everything perpendicular to itself. It's getting a little bit crazy. Here, we'll go under here. Oh, we got to go back here. So you can kind of see I'm just kind of manipulating it. And what I want is that I want this to kind of come in just to finish it a little bit more. Okay? And here we go. All right. Okay, so I got to move it on over here. So what I want to do is I want to show you about the patina. And that's the thing I forgot is, so we're going to use this, this plastic spoon here. And what I do is I've got this here. This is just a little to-go thing. I want something that's going to be deep enough to hold and cover all of my things. I think I might have got some steel wool in there. You don't want that. So I'm gonna go, I actually have some water that's been warming over here in my tea maker. You guys are so thrilled, I'm sure. And I'm using this XL gel. I think this is the same patina that Andrew was looking for. Ooh, yeah. I hope this water is supposed to be on the keep warm, and it's a little more lukewarm. So let's see what we've got here. So I'm just going to, you know what? That's a recipe for disaster. Let's go ahead and move the anvil out of the way. Here we go. Don't need that going on. If your wrist turns green when you are wearing copper, does it mean you're allergic to it? I think so. What do you guys think? It never happens to me. Okay, so you want this a little bit warmer, but it's not bad. So all I'm doing, guys, is I'm just taking a little bit of this gel, and I'm just, you can see, that's all I'm really doing. Not so much. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with liver sulfur, it's going to smell like eggs. So your husband's going to come in if you're using this in the microwave, which I have never done, never, not me, and say, what is that horrible smell and why did you do that? I said, I don't know, darling. I hope Jim Schweder's not listening to this. Okay, so anyway, so here we go. And we're going to see this. This is the fun part. Okay. Oh my God, we got to go, 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 go. We have 5 minutes. So all I'm doing is getting this in here, guys. And seeing, see already it's going a little bit crazy. It's taking a little bit longer because it's not very hot. And I didn't put it, but look at that. It's starting to patina. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sarah. We sure love you guys to sign up for our blog. Sarah is amazing. She helped me design this. We designed it together. Sarah is a fabulous graphic designer, and she's done we've done so well together. She's done a lot of my logos for like Maker Circle, this one here, and some other stuff together. I did kind of a cool resume. I kind of wanted to see all my accomplishments in one place, and she helped me do that. It was kind of a fun one to do, kind of an artistic resume. And so here we go, guys. This is, we might end up going a little bit over. I'm going to get in trouble with Andrew and Sarah. So I'll start saying, okay, so here's the cool part. And then just do this with a little bit of steel wool. And look at that. It's just filling in and bringing, what it's doing is it's taking that patina off the high spots. And you're gonna wanna do, I'm just gonna go real quickly, guys, so we can finish this. Of course, if Janet's still watching, she'll be like, of course you were late, Brenda. It's just what I am. So, but it's so cool to get all of those deep spots with the, and you can take that off to whatever and seal that with some Renaissance wax. Again, that's my choice. And we were talking about on another, I saw someone else saying on another piece, another thing that, oh my God, I'm like losing my words now, you guys, it's time. I can't remember what I was saying. So what I'm going to do here is I've got this is lipstick ranch, this is the espresso leather, right? And I'm just taking a really, really deep cut on this, and I'm just going to bring it up. It's about 6 inches. This is the, I think this is the 3 millimeter. Let's see if I can get it to go through. I might need a quicker thing. But I mean, basically you can figure out what we were going to be doing to knot this on. And I do want to be really think about our time. So basically you're going to bring this on through. You're going to bring it through the big hole bead. Look at this hole. These are gorgeous beads here. These are all from Dakota Stones. And you can get these at Goody Beads. They were another presenter. And so it's big enough that you can just tie that on there, you guys. Just use like an overhead knot and just sort of tie it right on there. I just want to be able to do a proper goodbye. So I want to thank everybody. So Sarah, this is the time. Sarah's going to give us the person, when I tell her so, who has won the hammer set. Okay, we have like 1 minute left. And I just want to thank everyone, our hosts, especially I want to thank Sarah, my assistant with the mostest, for helping me today. Thank you, all of you, for coming. Thank you to our hosts, Sarah Ayler and Kristen Fagan was also helping her from Softflex. Thank you to Andrew Thornton and William Jones. Yes, I always get Jones and Smith mixed up, from Alligator Gallery, for putting this all together for us, all of our teachers. I love you all. And especially my sponsors, Halstead. Please use the links, especially for Halstead today, because I was comped these pieces so that I could bring this to you. We can't have a hammering show without something to hammer on. So and I want to, since this is the end, we're going to end guy in a little bit. Sarah was saying you're going to have fireworks, and here we are having some fireworks. Woohoo! What a beautiful, beautiful long weekend. So Sarah, tell us who our winners are. And so the first one will be for the hammers. And the second one you can say, so one, you need to be present to win, you guys. So I hope that you will say, yay, I won, yay, I won. Otherwise we'll have to go on to the next name. And so sorry, Sarah and Andrew, I'm going a little tiny bit over. Hey, Catherine. So I hope Sarah can get these names to us really quickly here, because I'm going over. Oh, Brenda. Oh, Brenda, Brenda, Brenda. Ooh, ah, isn't that great? Should we have some more? Let's do it, do it again. Let's go again. Oh, will it do it? Okay. Thank you. Please let us know. I think I hope Sarah's not trying to get a hold of me other ways. What is Sarah saying? Anything? Oh, the winner of Now That's a Hammer is Lorraine Betty Joyce. Oh my gosh, that's a long name. It's all good. Oh, thank you, Kristen. Woohoo! Is Lorraine here? You have to say if you're here or not, Lorraine. Are you here? And also to the finished product, which will be the bracelet that I'm actually making here. And who's the winner of that, Miss Sarah? It's going so quickly, I can't even keep up with it. Hi guys, hi. Thank you so much, everybody. This was so much fun. I hope we do it again. There are rumblings, but I can't say. I would sure love to come back myself. That would be so much fun. So Sarah, do we have oh, Lorraine, it's me, yay, we got a confirmation on Lorraine. And who won? The winner of the copper cuff is Kelly Estep Elliott. Are you here, Kelly? Woohoo! I hope she is. Let's have some more. Why not? You guys have no idea what it took me to get this to go on. My husband was like, "Are you serious? You're just trying to." I was like, "I am no bent. Oops, I am bent." I'm getting this fireworks. Is Kelly here? You have to be present to win, my love. Do we have a winner of the cuff? What do you think, Sarah? Do you see it? We're already 3.5 minutes over. Oh my gosh. This is so much fun, you guys. Thank you, Deborah. Is that Kelly saying? Is that the right Kelly? Kelly saying congratulations to Kelly. Okay, well, you know what? Let's keep it with Kelly. We'll assume. And Lorraine, I'm going to need your address. Please message me through my Brenda Schweder jewelry message board, and we'll get these out tomorrow. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for joining everyone else, and I'll see you soon, I hope. Love you. Mwah. Adios.